Monday, on my way to Vilcabamba, pick up a commission check. Beautiful day, sunny day here in Loja. Getting ready for a great week. All right, just got back from Vilcabamba. Quick shower. Heading out to see an interesting piece of land in Loja. And good weather. We got good weather today, so I'm always psyched about that. I'm a sunshine and heat kind of guy. And that's it. Catch up with you guys later. What's up, guys? Jesse here with Milton Mena, the best architect in Loja. We're planning out a project in Vilcabamba. I'm telling you, it's gonna be sweet. What do you think, Milton?
Yeah, we are working out every day and very excited.
Very excited. Yeah. It's like kind of a green project, right? Anyways, plenty more details to come, but lots of good stuff happening. Take care out there, folks.
Bye.
Monday night, 9:30, still at the office, on the grind. Oh, tired. Hoping another hour or so and get out of here. Hope you guys had a great Monday out there. Another day. Tuesday morning, early, out walking the dog before I get ready for work. Gotta go get some flea medicine, man. Dog's got fleas. So, getting ready for another great day. And I was just walking back to the house, and I got a call from a real estate agent that I'm co-broking a deal with about a situation where a client of his who's buying a property of ours had to travel and ended up traveling to the States and pending a payment to the sellers. And so there's a little bit of a squabble going on while we get that sorted out. But reminded me of an interesting topic, like a little cultural kind of tidbit here. So people here just have a very hard time telling you no. It's a very, like, people just go about it in a very soft way. Like, nobody's just gonna say to you, nope, can't do it, or nope, not gonna do it, or you know, whatever form of no that no takes. And so this is a great example of how that works. So this lady, very nice lady, you know, very business owner, upstanding person, good reputation, you know, all that kind of stuff. This lady told me she was gonna do you know, I had found a solution as a way she could do the transfer from where she was, and she told me she would, and then stopped answering me, and so her lawyer's in touch with her, and the other agent who has the more personal relationship, but you know, she's not answering me anymore, and that's just in many cases just the Ecuadorian way of just saying no. Like when she sees me, when she gets back, when she sees me, it won't be a big deal. Like she won't apologize. It won't even be acknowledged, you know, that she didn't answer me. We'll be friends still, and you know, life will be cool. And you know, but she's just saying no, and it's just cultural. Like it's just culturally how people say no, and definitely takes a little time to figure out, for sure. But you know, just the way it is. Let's talk for a second about freedom. Somehow we've been conditioned to think that we need controllers in our lives, and we don't. I'm a voluntarist. I don't believe in any form of control. A lot of people come to Ecuador for those sorts of reasons, and you know, the government here loves control. Alianza País, Rafael Correa's government has never met a rule or regulation or tax that they don't like. I was reading this morning how they're debating a healthcare bill that would, in part, introduce legislation to regulate the natural medicine industry, the alternative medicine industry here in Ecuador, which is currently unregulated. And let's just look at this for a second. So, in the U.S., where I'm from, to get an MRI is thousands of dollars, or at very least many hundreds of dollars. I had an MRI done here for $200. A doctor appointment, a private doctor appointment there is how much money? I don't know. Does anyone even know? Because people have insurance, right? Because otherwise you couldn't pay for it. Here in Loja, it's between $15 and $30 a private doctor's appointment. Why is that? Because there's very little regulation. Right? So doctors don't have to pass on trillions of dollars of costs to the consumer. They can just treat you. and the doctors actually have a little bit of regulation. Private healers, people who can heal through various methods and forms, even think like mainstream stuff like chiropractors, all the way up to, more voodoo type stuff. You can find for as little as donation or $5, $10, whatever. No regulation whatsoever. No Gestapo's coming to their door to try and tell them they are illegal. And they're talking now about changing that. And what's happened here to the economy with lots of different industries is they've just put the government involved very heavily with licenses, regulations, fees, permissions, rules, and that's made everything more expensive, and it's also just put a lot of people out of business. So if they do this, then we're talking about a situation where like lots of people who are currently providing health services for people just won't have the money to get the license that the government will force them to get. And then if those who do, who decide to comply with the inspections and the licenses and the classes, because God knows government knows how to give a class. Certainly government can teach a bar owner how to run his bar better than the bar owner who's been doing it for 15 years, etc. People who decide to comply, costs will just go way up and restrictions will be put on what they are allowed to do. And it's just quick tidbit on that, but it's I don't know what's wrong with people. why we think that this is a good thing that regulation. People say like, well, I don't want I don't want to eat meat that's gonna poison me. No, you don't. And is the government stopping that from happening? Having regulations that say, well, you have to poison the meat. You have to poison it. So is that that's, if a meat manufacturer is killing people with their product, people won't buy it. Right? It's called the market. So that's that. Here for Center of Loja. Into some green mango. Love this stuff. Trying to figure out a bank loan for a project. I even got this guy eating green mango. Tuesday night, 7 o'clock. About 57 hours of work ahead of me. Who's out there that wants to live in Ecuador and work in Ecuador and is a kick-ass entrepreneur, driven, and wants to handle the stuff I can't handle, so I can get to all the stuff I want to get to that I never get to. On the grind. Here with Rowan's good friend, works with us, and super interesting day today. I had meetings with a few different banks. There's an amazing project we want to do in Vilcabamba. It'd be like an eco sort of development, but done really, really well, because we have the best team of people here. Interest rates, if you guys don't know, are just super high in Ecuador. The best rate I could find potentially was like 10%, and rates have come down a lot. That would have been 16% not that long ago. But the banks are just super flush with cash right now, because with the recent election, people are very afraid to borrow money because they're afraid of the politics. And so the banks are super, super flush with cash with no one really to lend it to, which has been an interesting thing here over the last little period of time. So super, super, super high interest rates though for banks, which has its good and bad. Obviously, loans are really expensive, and actually loans are basically impossible to get for foreigners. But for CDs, if you wanna, if you're getting paid to have money in the bank, you're doing pretty well. Working from home today, I decided to fast for 3 days, see what that does. So excited about this project we're gonna do in Vilcabamba. We have a way to do solar for each house, really cheap. We have a great way to deal with security that's really non-intrusive and won't feel like a fortress, but at the same time will keep things secure. Riverfront, it's gonna be a beautiful kind of little eco development. Already have a ton of interest in the project, and we haven't even officially decided to do it yet. But I'll definitely, once we put the proposal together and we buy the land and actually do the get the permissions, which will all happen very quickly as soon as we pull the trigger. I'll start getting that stuff out. So yeah, that's it, man. Wednesday on the grind from home today. Thursday morning. Can't stay in the house today. It's amazing when you try to reclude for a day and just work on stuff. In that case, because I wasn't feeling so good, how many people end up, how you realize just how much you have going on that affects other people over the course of a day. So heading out bright and early this morning, feeling kind of weak from not eating, but ready to rock. Lots of love, man. Lots of love in the heart. That's all there is. That's all. On my way to go talk to an accountant. Not super happy with ours. We need somebody with a few more tricks up their sleeve. Also have an interview later with a potential hire. I gotta say, I think it's true. I think any business person will tell you, finding good people is probably the hardest thing in business. I certainly have found that to be true, and I think in Ecuador it might be even more true. There's just not really a culture here of entrepreneurship and creativity, and I need people who work fast and love to work and are creative and problem solvers and honest and have integrity and all those sorts of things. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it'll be a good fit. 10:15, 10:10, 10:11 on Thursday night. Just finished up recording a podcast. We had an awesome guest, Gregory Deal. Definitely check that podcast out. It's probably one of the better ones we've done, assuming we can sort out the recording, which we had an issue on. But super productive day. Had a great meeting about this project, which actually made me late to the podcast. But that was excellent. Just trying to figure out how to get around this mayor who we have here in Loja. I shouldn't say too much about that. But hope you guys all had a great day out there. And that's it. Morning, Friday, day 3 of the fast. Taking in a few minutes of sun before get the day started. Got a lot of meetings today. Interview with a potential employee. Got to renew a couple of CDs for some clients and see some properties. So super busy day, beautiful day. Love when the sun is shining. Hope all of you out there having an excellent day. Friday afternoon here at outside a Banco de Loja branch. Also at Super Maxi, which is like a big supermarket here in Loja. We have that funny mix right now in Loja where like the sun is shining but there's a little rain. It happens all the time. Gotta renew a CD for a client and do a couple of things. Actually, interesting anecdote, the interest rates in Ecuador are really high when compared to a place like the States. You can get and they've actually come down a lot. Used to be able to get 7, 8, 9% on a CD. Now they've about halved from there. The last one I bought was 4.5%. This one will be 4.25%. You can certainly find higher ones at cooperativas, co-ops, but I don't recommend necessarily keeping your money there. So day 3 of the fast, starving, exhausted, but working. Sometimes you just have to take 5 minutes and sit in the sun. What a spectacular day out here in front of the office in Loja. Normal day here in this city that functions like a town. Friday night, just walked in, just broke my 3-day fast, had a little bit of pepino, what the heck is that in English? Cucumber, and mango, and now I'm getting ready to do a cleanse on top of a fast. I don't know, is that a bad idea? Apparently I may not enjoy the next day or so, but hoping that straightens things out. Still, very interesting day. Had a meeting with some folks who recently moved here, who are marketing people and video and digital marketing and social media and video and music and all kinds of cool stuff. So looking forward to doing some stuff with them for the company and like that. Survived last night and had an interesting dream about childhood when I was a kid. I had such a fun childhood. Gotta get back to that, having fun that way, being free and just enjoying life and all that kind of stuff. But headed out to the land today. Can't wait. Sunny day. Going out to the most beautiful piece of land on planet Earth. Maybe I'll shoot some video when I'm out here walking to the land. This piece that I'm on right now is actually a finca that's connected to our land that I want to buy. Look at this place. Pretty sweet. What's up, baby?
Hi.
How's it going?
Great.
Yeah?
I love this. I never want to come, but when I'm here, it's like I don't want to leave.
It's definitely where I want to live. How's that cat?
Heavy.
Right here at the last section of somebody else's land, part that we want to buy before we get to ours. I don't know if you can see that fence in the distance, about 100 yards, 100 meters. Beautiful river, that's the border to the land. And look at that bad boy, pure water, untouched. Ah, that river feels so good, it's ridiculous. Here, we are on the land. Just here we buried a couple of cats that met tragic endings. Actually, it was super sad. Aide is letting the cat out of the bag. Not figuratively. She lives in we live in an apartment now, so she hasn't been in the grass in a while. We used to live in a house where she had plenty of space, but hoping to live like right there pretty soon. Got the views. Got the river down there. Look at this place, man. Protected forest back there. Basically, most of what we're looking at is the finca.
Well, I can say that we find the place where we build our house. It's beautiful. It's private, quiet. The views are, wow, I can't say anything about the views because you can say for your soul. Even the kitty love it. Gorgeous. I love it.
Such a cool part of the land. One of many streams. Land's like you got the stream and you walk out. You get all these flat everywhere.
Oh, I want to see that.
Vamos. Here at the Sunday market. Woke up a little late today. Raining day. Raining here in Loja, but man, you gotta check this place out if you come to Loja. assortment of fruits and vegetables. The fruits will blow your mind. This guy's Hari Krishna, guy behind me. I usually get some food from him. Try to just eat. There you can see they chowing down. But check out this place. This place is super cool. I'm in like the organic section here, but there's lots of different sections. I'm at like the side street. Sunday afternoon, still raining. I had to go back to the land because somehow we managed, I think, to leave a GPS out there, which is probably completely ruined at this point. But going out there to check see if we can find it. Back on the land. Gotta go look for this GPS. Man, I love this place. It's got such a different feel when it's raining and kind of wet. It's fresh and beautiful. Fuck yeah. Found the GPS. Gotta give a shout out to Garmin. This thing got rained on for like 10 hours and is totally fine. She's happy about it because it was kind of her fault.
But we made exercise.
We got exercise. We got back out to the land, and I'm so psyched about that. I think this is the home site. I think we're gonna build the house here.
I love this place.
You love this place, right? Yeah. It's pretty sweet.
It feels good.
It really does. These sections here behind me are not actually on the land. They're part of some stuff I want to buy and connect to the land, but super sweet area. Sunday night. Just wrapping up a couple of descriptions before I get some sleep. I have a busy day tomorrow. Trying to keep it down a little bit, so I don't want to wake people up. But really interesting week this week. Really good, really productive week. Hopefully fixed my stomach. Maybe that's the best part. But a lot of interesting calls from clients. There's just some really cool people moving here, and I had a chance to kind of put some of them together, and I just think that's awesome and really fun. Made a lot of progress on this project in Vilcabamba. Have another meeting on it tomorrow, hoping to finalize things tomorrow and get a chance to kind of move forward on that. It's really exciting. And another partnership that I'm really interested in that I'm working on, and another line of business that we pushed forward this week. Got to land twice, which always just makes me feel awesome. So really good week overall, and looking forward to tomorrow.